A driving plan and a driving system are key elements to being an advanced driver. You must assess what's going on around you and act on that information. Now, never assume anything and always plan for danger to emerge from obscured areas. Good planning depends on early observation and early anticipation of risk. This puts you in the correct position, at the correct speed, with the correct gear engaged at the correct time to negotiate hazards safely and efficiently. As conditions are constantly changing, so new driving plans are required. Therefore, we're constantly forming and reforming our driving plans. Use the information from your observation and plan your driving by 1. Anticipating hazards, 2. Prioritizing them, and 3. Deciding what to do. Now, I'm using at all times the system of car control. This is the system which gives me maximum safety and room for maneuver. It consists of 5 phases. It is a flexible system, but each phase is usually done in this order: information, that is taking, using, giving it continuously, then position, speed, gear, and acceleration. And it means for every hazard that I encounter, I need only do one thing once, preparing myself to safely negotiate the hazard. So I only change gear once, block changing if necessary, and I only brake once if I need to use the brakes. I prefer to use acceleration sense though, coming on and off of the accelerator as required to maintain maximum progress but also smoothness for my journey. Because my view is good, the information I'm taking in is good, it's feeding my driving plans, which is what can be seen, what can't be seen, what can reasonably be expected to happen. I can make really good progress. When the information is limited, then obviously my progress isn't as rapid. Only indicating when there is someone who can benefit. So on approach there was no one there. As soon as I saw the vehicle on the roundabout, I indicated. Similarly now, leaving the roundabout, no one to benefit from my indication, so I don't give one. Entering a 40 mile an hour speed limit. Again, notwithstanding whatever type of road you're on, you can still use the limit point. Continuously taking, using, giving information. And the information phase of the system of car control is continuous across all the phases of the system. Continuously taking, using, giving information, whether you're in position, speed or gear phase, and indeed acceleration phase of the system. Okay, we're in a 30 mile an hour zone. It's quite a narrow street, no road markings on it at the moment. I can see cars parked up on the offside in the distance there. Checking all 3 mirrors, it's all clear behind. Staying at 30 miles an hour, being mindful that I can't see beyond the last parked car. In the distance I can see national speed limit sign, which for this vehicle on this road is 60 miles an hour. It's quite a sharp bend. I'm just going to ease off. It bends to the left, so I move to the centre of the road to get a view around it, an early view around it. And then it moves off, straightens up, and now a sign of another bend to the left with slow written on the floor. So again, moving out to get a good early view around it. It's quite a severe bend. Limit point is coming towards me, so I'm slowing down. It's now starting to move away. Constant speed around that bend. As the limit point goes away from me, I can pick up speed again, using the limit point to regulate the best speed for the bends. Another aid to view are the telegraph poles, which indicate the direction that the road will take. Picking my speed up now, I've got a really good view and taking good dominant position on the road so I get the best maximum view. Now the limit point in the distance there is starting to come towards me, it's not moving at all, so I'm already losing my speed. The bend is to the right, so I'm tucking into the near side now. One gear change down, and as the limit point maintains its distance from me, I've got a constant speed, correct speed for the bend, Always being mindful of the golden rule though, that I must be able to stop my vehicle on my side of the road in the distance I can see to be clear. Again, just using the limit point. As it moves towards me, I slow down. As it's a constant speed, constant distance from me, I maintain that speed, and then as it moves away, I pick up the speed. Constantly scanning from the limit point back to my vehicle, and then to the rear of my vehicle, what's happening behind, using all three mirrors, the rear view and the two side mirrors. I can see in the far distance a car going in my direction, and there doesn't appear to be anything between me and that car. Just being mindful though, because there's a lot of overgrown hedges here, which is obscuring my view. Now there's something happening in the distance there. I can see a white van, and I saw its hazard lights flashing, so already planning for that. That's what I can see. What I can't see is what's ahead of it and why it might have been slowing down. It looks like it's moving now, and that hazard has moved away. So again, now I can see an oncoming vehicle, so I'm already planning for it, moving in, tucking into the near side, safely negotiating it, and then picking up my speed again. I'm just trying to find out where the road goes, and I can see ahead that it's moving off to the right. No clue yet as to where it goes, except I can see just that top of that white vehicle, so I know that there is going to be a left-hand bend, and there it is. There's a junction here, and I'm going to turn here. Now, I can see the motorcycle, so there's my indicator for him. Going downhill, so I'm just covering the brake now, still using all three mirrors to make sure the car behind is a safe distance away from me. Keeping my speed up. Staggered junction sign ahead, and a car is going to turn across me, so that's fine, he's out the way. Just moving out slightly to get a view around the bend, and in the far distance I can see red traffic lights, so again, no point hurrying towards them, just using acceleration sense, and hoping they'll turn green by the time we get there. Just mindful of this silver car if he wants to pull out in front of me. It looks like it's okay, he's still drifting. No, going backwards. 30 mile an hour ahead. I'm going to pick the lane of least resistance, which is this one here. Very gently on the brakes. It looks like we're going to come to a standstill. Nice and gently. Turning to green, so no need to put a handbrake on, just selecting first gear, and off we go. Now, not rushing here because we may well lose these two lanes. If they go into one, I want to make an early decision as to where I'm going to fit in. So it's going to be behind this yellow van, nothing on the near side creeping up, which is fine. Maintaining a good distance from the car in front, giving myself plenty of time to react to anything that might happen. Flashing amber, it's all clear, so away we go. Again, not rushing through this very busy environment. We have lots of pedestrians, got cars merging. Just taking my time. So you've got two lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. It's all clear behind me. And again, because we're not going to make a great deal of progress, I'm just keeping a nice constant speed, just using acceleration sense to lose speed, to gain speed, to keep momentum going for my journey. Plenty of pedestrians round, always mindful that someone might try and cross the street without the benefit of the pelican crossing. Cyclists on the near side. And even here, sitting stationary, I never stop checking the mirrors, what's happening behind me, being mindful that the unexpected can happen. Also taking this advantage, seeing as I'm in neutral with my handbrake applied, just to rest. And only now that the amber flashing lights are going will we make any progress. So into gear, off we go. Now there's a cyclist ahead, so I'm already planning for how I'm going to negotiate him. Bearing in mind I've got a white car just on my shoulder here, I'm just going to ease off and let that car go. This cyclist is going to take the benefit of this cycle lane, which gives me the opportunity to pass him safely. Again, coming to a stop. Just getting nice and easy. I'm going to take third gear just as to get a bit of control around this bend. There's my junction. There's an indicator for the car behind, getting my position right into the filter lane, adjusting my speed with the brake. You can see a gap opening now nicely. Off the brake, one gear change, round I go, pulling, pushing the wheel. Once I've negotiated the hazard and I'm going back in a straight line, I'll pick up speed, accelerate away from it. Then I'm in third gear. There's information for the sake of that car there and this cyclist. Position is good, getting my speed down, one gear change, third to second. Final checks all the way around, and around we go using pull push, taking care not to cut the corner. Approaching a junction with this fast moving traffic, because it is a 60-mile-an-hour zone on this single carriageway. So building my speed up, there's nothing behind me at all, light oncoming traffic. Slight bend to the right, so I'm tucking in neatly to the near side to get a good view of it. And I can see a central grassy reservation, as it were, so that means this is turning into a dual carriageway, so the speed limit goes from 60 to 70 miles an hour. There's advance warning of a junction to the near side. I can see that junction and it's quite clear at the moment. My speed's now approaching 70, and I'm already getting more information now of a roundabout ahead. Reducing speed, and there's my 300-yard marker. I've also got warning of traffic lights, and they're green, and there's also speed limit of 40, so I'm off my speed, trying to time it so I'm doing 40 as I crossed. Lights have gone to red as well, so no point in rushing up towards them. There's one car, it's a safe distance behind, just coming to a stop. I don't think these are going to turn to green by the time I arrive, so pulling up, and I'm stopping in fifth gear just at the last moment. I press two pedals. And we're moving off. Just waiting until I get a good view on this roundabout. There we are. Signalling to exit the roundabout, because the roundabout is a filter system. We're in a 40-mile-an-hour zone still. There's a car ahead indicating, I don't quite know why, just easing off for the time being. So, 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. I can see a red traffic light ahead. I can also see green for going ahead, and I am going ahead. Thinking ahead, I'm going to head towards the M20, and the signs on the floor tell me that I need to be moving to the right-hand lane, so I'm going to give an indicator for the benefit of the car behind me, shoulder check, and over I go. Over to the M20. This is the dedicated lane, and that's confirmed by the sign ahead. So I'm approaching what's known as a spiral roundabout. If I get the correct lane on approach and stay in that lane, it will put me in the right position to leave the roundabout. And And that being the case, there's no real need to indicate on the roundabout. It's not like a conventional roundabout, it's usually much bigger, and the lane markings are sisters. So we're going towards the M20, we're in the correct lane. I've got one car on the near side approaching, I should be okay. Staying in this lane, as I go round I pick up my M20 lane, and there it is. Lights changing nicely in my favour, and I would give an indicator, but there's no one behind me at all to benefit from it, so I can leave that quite safely without doing so.